You know, Meet said that as an Indian, it's everyone's dream to do Leh Ladakh. I didn't realize that when I booked it, but I can now understand why.
Himalayas showed me that no matter what you do or whatever you think you can do, you have to push yourself a little bit further, a little bit harder, and you're never really ready for anything. Whether it's life, an adventure, you have to keep trying and keep pushing harder and harder and harder.
If you're looking for a vacation, this isn't it. If you're looking to find out where your breaking point is, this is exactly for that. Looking to really push yourself, to really see what you're made of, do this. Definitely do this.
My expectation is just to see a different country and have a good time with good people. Yeah, so far I've been here for like 5 days and everything I've seen is life-changing. Food, culture, it's awesome. Loving it here.
We're just going to take a short ride towards Solang Valley so that we can get to know the bikes, so that we also know like what kind of riders you are, if you're comfortable with your bikes, you know, how you ride, so that we can make a sequence while going on the way.
As the trip went on, actually I found it easier and easier. The first few days were very, very difficult. We weren't used to the bike, we weren't used to the terrain, we weren't used to the altitude. But as the trip went on, we're talking today about how we had this really difficult section on day one, and we did that section today in about 15 minutes, and it was easy. It felt easier.
I can't find your house, send me the info. Driving through the gated residential. Found out I was coming, sent your friends home. Keep on trying to hide it, but your friends know. I only call you when it's half past, but the only time that I'll be by your side. I only love it.
Yesterday I felt not watching the ride. I'm excited, I'm a little bit nervous, as you can see. I think we're at the right time. The rains are just getting started, so it's gonna be a fun ride.
The itinerary was quite good, and my expectation with this group is, so far the group is kind of good and my expectation is on the high right now. Let's see how it goes.
And we're the only couples in the group, so it's exciting. We're scared. Yeah, we choose to make it.
And I think it's such a big country, and even though we've been on the road for 8 days, and it feels like we've seen a lot. I think we've seen a tiny, tiny little part of India, and I think there's a lot more to see still.
It was fantastic, man. I just told him it was great, especially after Rohtang Pass. It was like my butt was but it was. Yeah, I think if you keep the camera on me long enough, I'm gonna start crying. Dangerous experience as well. Go off the cliff, dead. So yeah, but it was good. I had good fun.
On the second day of the trip, when we reached Serchu, I was fucked up. I was pretty fucked up. I was almost dead. While I was sleeping, I was given some medicines. I slept. I was like, I hope I wake up tomorrow morning because I couldn't breathe. Then what happened is suddenly everything changed, and then I was full pumped up to ride back, and we actually were racing in the mountains, to be honest. I was racing with Ilan all the time from 2 days, so it was pretty good.
Talking about stopping, there's not going to be any personal stoppages. If you're stopping,
You know, I've been thinking about it a lot while I've been riding, because, you know, people will ask me when I get home, how was the trip? And I've been thinking a lot every day, like, how will I answer that question? And the truth is, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question. It's indescribable. It's not, I don't think it's something you can explain to somebody unless you've done it. You can try and explain to them how you rode and where you rode, but until you've actually done something like that, you'll never understand. It was incredible. It was a trip of a lifetime. I wanted a trip of a lifetime, and I got the trip of a lifetime.
Sheer magnitude of the country and how beautiful and how big it is, and the people that you meet everywhere. Everybody's friendly, and it's always something to talk about, or something to laugh about, or something to cry about. Always got somebody with you, helping you through the tough times and the good times. Helps you a lot.
It's not open for the general public. No, general public is not open for general public. So yeah,
if we keep a good pace today, all of us, what's the estimated time to get to where we need to get today?
If we keep a good pace, it's 8 hours.
Okay, so we mustn't fuck around today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we have.
No fucking around.
So before there were goals that I set myself in my head, so the goal, this, the mountain passes and all that. Halfway through the trip, I didn't think I'd hit any of those goals, and then all of a sudden, you do hit those goals, right? The biggest goal that I achieved was getting to the mountain pass, the 18,500 feet mountain pass, where we thought it wasn't possible. But if you're strong up here, you're strong in here, and you're strong in there, you'll get there.
This was the first time I was going to do 1,400 or 1,500 kilometers, so I was not pretty sure riding in those mountains between the ghats at this altitude, at this temperature, plus it was off-roading.
The riding was tough, you know, it got easier, but the riding was really tough.
The struggle was real, but then I finally made it, so I'm happy about that.
Struggle for me, the altitude, for me really was getting used to a different kind of vehicle, different bike, the roads, traffic, just everything that you see riding on the roads, seeing the people. Sometimes there's places that are pure poverty, and some places are absolutely amazing. But you get to see the best of both sides of the country, which is also, again, phenomenal.
According to that edition, Ladakh has produced many powerful warriors or SPAW in the past. The traditional SPAW revolves around the epic of Yalam Kesar, who himself was a great warrior, and many songs have been composed in praise of the SPAWs or warrior. So next, SPAW dance or warrior dance.
The best thing about this whole trip was not just motorbikes, the friendship that I grew being with two guys on this trip was power. The places I saw, the things I did, and the way I pushed myself to just go further and further and further.
Leh Ladakh trip, we can say that it is mother of all trips. We have been to Zero, we have been to Tawang, we have been to Darjeeling, but this trip, it encompasses all those trips. It's the mother.
In terms of challenge, I feel that I'm a better driver now. I have some kind of confidence in me, more confidence.
Up. How are you feeling, Jesse, now? Now I'm good, yeah, good. It's thin, so I'm battling to breathe. Yeah. But I'm good. So from here, where do we go? Some more up.
It's high, I'm lacking oxygen, It's awesome. It's a feeling like you'll never experience again in your life.
So what was the experience from morning onwards up to here?
Quick, very nice ride, sand road, I loved it. I raced up here. It was awesome. I just had a good time the whole day so far this morning. It's awesome.
Difficult to breathe, everything is a lot of effort, but it's amazing. It's an amazing ride. It's a privilege to be so high up. I'm feeling very lucky and very happy.
It's around 17,688 meters.
It's crazy. Tomorrow 18,000.
Yeah!
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's been an epic trip. It's tested me physically and mentally. It's tested me big time. But I think more of a case of getting out of your comfort zone and realizing what's out there, and pushing yourself really hard just to go to that next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And then when you get to that point where you're at the highest peak, you realize you can do it. So you never came this far to get that far. Never give up.
Just immersing myself in the scenery and the beauty in this region, from the people to the mountains to the dogs to just everything. Like, I think I haven't seen all of India, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to top this. This is an incredible place in India.
Best was I woke up in the morning at Pangong. I just opened my tent and there was a rainbow in front of me in middle of the lake. It was pretty beautiful.
But in terms of on the trip itself, the highlights of my trip, I think there's a few things that stand out. Definitely yesterday on the mountain when we ran out of fuel. It just turned into a party on the top of a pass, man. We got music. We ended up getting a beer. I'm probably not supposed to say that. We just ended up putting on music and dancing. And what started as like really just stopping for a friend who ran out of fuel, just ended up being one of the best days ever because we were stuck up there for about 2 hours. And in the time we were stuck up there, it went from rain to snow to sunshine. And it was so much fun, and it just set the tone for the rest of the day.
I've been emotional probably 6 times this whole tour, where like I really felt like you've got there, you've done that. So yeah, it's been an emotional trip. I'm a little bit sad now, I won't lie. The friendship that we've all grown and the friendship that I'm with Ilan and Justin, a little bit emotional that it's coming to an end now. The friendship will come to an end, the tour is coming to an end, so yeah, it is. There's mixed feelings. It's happy, sad, and then adrenaline in the middle. So it's like really all over the place. Yeah, it's been an emotional trip, I won't lie. It's been finding soul to justice, from soul to justice. Met a lot of thinking time, a lot of getting to know myself.
More so to show other people, because there's really no words to describe what you go through, and the beauty of the country. So if anything, I'd bring my family back here, my father, my wife, bring them back, let them see the beauty of it, because there is really no words to describe the absolutely amazing country that you guys live in. It's absolutely phenomenal.
If I was back home, there's no way I would just look out the window for 2 hours. There's no way. But here, I think because you're forced to, I think your brain just starts to change a little bit and starts to become really enjoyable just to look outside and just to, have a conversation. I think that was really, really meaningful, and it really reminds me to slow down, to sometimes just look out the window. Don't pick up the phone. Don't pick up that instant fucking dopamine, right? Like just relax for a second, and it's gonna be okay. You're gonna see things.